Hi guys, welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Diana and I'm the maker behind Also Stitched, and today we have getting ready for this market, the first market I have. I'm gonna print and cut my labels today. I'm not gonna take you all along with me because this is a lengthy process. I need to cut over 200 tags. These are my tags in case you are new here. I designed this in Canva and I just print them and cut them myself. This is what they look like when they are printed. I need to cut 15 of these pages and that's gonna take a couple of hours, and I'm fine with that. I'm watching YouTube and I'm also working on my Shopify because I'm about to put my beanies in my inventory, but I just can't be bothered to put them on the website. I'm just gonna push them to my POS and then I will decide in the future if I want to put them on my website, because I'm not sure if people are interested in buying beanies, but I'll decide that in the future. Let me just quickly show you my setup for the day. So I'm yet to send another 14 of these to printer. They do take around 3 minutes to print, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna take Cricut per page to print. It's gonna take a while, but while I'm here, I'm working on my Shopify. As you can see, this is the amount of products that I have in stock at the moment. This is with snap tabs and everything embroidery. This is just the plushies. So yeah, there is a lot of products to be tagged. I will be tagging everything next week and I'll probably take you along with everything. But for today, I'm just gonna focus on printing and getting these tags ready. I do have 50 tags from last year that are unused, and we'll see. I do have some smaller ones, but I'm not sure, they don't fit my barcodes. I showed you last time my barcodes. They're quite big and I still didn't figure out how to print two per that small tag or page, so I'll just keep my tags bigger. In case you want to print things like this yourself, you need an EcoTank printer. So for things to be affordable for you guys to print anything at home and do it like that, you need an EcoTank. This is what I had. It is one of the cheapest one. This is 2 years old, and look at the amount of colors I have. I'm using more black, of course, because I print for kids for school a lot, but look at the colors. 2 years. 2 years, and not just that. The bottles, when you get the bottles, you put them into the tank, and look how much I'm left. I'm still left with quarter of each color after 2 years of use. That's really it. If you want to print anything yourself, you need EcoTank printer. Mine is not the cheapest one because I got a scanner, which I don't recommend. I don't think anyone these days use the scanner. You can take a photo and send it if you need to send to any institution, doctors, whatever, you know what I mean. I got recommended this for my friend. She has a sticker shop. She has a Beast, the bigger one, which I didn't need. I need the plain basic printing that will last, that it's not gonna cost a lot. This is fairly cheap and the colors are very cheap, and like I said, they do last. The only downside of EcoTank, they will tell you you need to print at least once a week for the colors not to dry. Let me tell you, there was a period of 6 months where I didn't print and it did dry, it did mess up the printer, but my husband is in IT and he managed to fix it. He didn't fix it like he was doing anything on the printer. He just ran a couple of cleanings and tests through the app and it's working fine. Nothing happened. He managed to clean it just through the app. I don't know how he does it. I'm not tech savvy, so I just don't know. I just tell my husband if there is an issue and he fixes everything for me. I originally bought that printer because I was also printing myself mystery boxes. So I designed all my mystery boxes in Canva and I was printing and cutting them. I'm gonna insert a photo because that was like 2 or 3 years ago when I was running my old business, and that was fun, but I am not doing that anymore because at the moment plushie mystery boxes are selling so good that I won't be able to keep up with them, and it's a lot of work. That's why I'm no longer printing and cutting my own mystery boxes. So yeah, just a quick update for today. Today is actually a Friday. It is a week before my market and tomorrow we are traveling to Canberra, but I want to start a week early with my prep because I know this is gonna take a full day to print and cut, and then next week I also need to start pricing my plushies. I need to do mock setup. So yeah, I'm giving myself a week. I'm not crocheting a lot just because I'm not sure if I will have time with everything else that I want to prep. But yeah, just a quick update. I'm just gonna quickly show you my first cut. If you can hear my printer, I apologize. It's running because this is gonna be an ongoing run for the whole day. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I just popped this in. It is just looking for these lines. It's scanning those lines so it knows where to cut. And now we will see if it will cut good. Cricut is running faster than my printer. When it comes to printing, I'm not printing like basic print. I'm always doing high quality, which takes a longer time. That's why printing takes longer. Now it's scanning for those marks so it can recognize where to cut. As you can see here, it is detecting. I have only 14 per page, which is not a lot because my tags are quite big. I wish they were smaller, but I can't fit my barcodes on them. It's cutting the holes for the tag. This is the full tag cut now. My tags are very simple. All I have on them is my logo, my link tree, and warning for choking hazard. This is mandatory in Australia. Every product that is designed as a kid's toy needs to have a choking hazard warning. And that's it. Let's just check if it's a good cut. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it single-handed. Yeah, perfect. And this is how I do my tags. Very simple, very cost-effective. This costs me nothing. It's just the paper, and like I said, my EcoTank has the same ink for the past 2 years. Okay, this was quicker than I thought. This is actually 250 tags and they're all done. It took me 1 hour and 15 because I was working with 2 mats. That's why I couldn't put anything into Shopify. I'm gonna show you how to print barcodes if you are using Shopify. This is just a quick thing. You essentially need a retail barcode label, and I have my print settings here so I don't have to do anything. I'm not using Zebra, I'm using Munbin, but this was the closest I could find to dimensions of Munbin. So I already ran pre-test just because I haven't used barcodes over 10 months, so I wanted to make sure that it's still working as it was back then. So no, I don't need this. So essentially you just go here, print labels. I'm not sure if this is in focus, or I'm not gonna do everything with you guys here just because there is 250 products, and if I click all of them, that will just start printing. I don't want that. I want to control what I'm doing. So for this example, I'm just gonna show you on Chick in an Egg example. You just choose them, add them, and this is what it looks like. It's showing you how much you have in stock, but if you click here, set number of labels to match items in stock, it's all done for me. All I have to do here is click print 9 labels. I will have Adobe pop up, and this is what my labels look like. I've just noticed that it's showing color, which I don't actually need. You can choose what you want here to show on your barcodes. For example, this one doesn't have a variant, so it's not showing, but I can see here that my variant is selected, which in this case, the variant is large size. For me, it would be either size or color, or for plushies, it could be a character name. So I'm just gonna leave that for now because it's just gonna help customers to understand what it is. For example, example, this would say keychain, and then here it would say character or whatever it is. So yeah, these are my pre-settings. You see, this is the variant I was talking about. So I have different color of chicken and egg, and this is what it's showing. And from here, it all comes down to your printer. I always choose Manbin because that's the printer I'm using for my labels. I always print using Printer System Dialog, change to Manbin, and I have preset here. This is my barcode preset. Once I change to that, it switches to the size of my labels, and that should be it from here. So I'm just gonna press print, hoping that it's all good, and it should start printing. And that's it. And this is it. These are my barcodes, and this is what it looks on my tags. I don't have any fancy barcode reader. I just use my phone camera, iPad camera, whatever. It works perfectly fine. You don't need any fancy expensive gadgets. I was looking into buying them, but honestly, in Australia, the compatible one with Shopify are very expensive. They were just not worth for me. And bear in mind that was a year ago. Maybe they have changed something after that, but a year ago they were very expensive. So I didn't buy them. I'm just using camera and it works great. And this is the best and easiest way for me to check out customers. All I have to do is scan this and it's working perfectly fine with my inventory, and I love it. I love this system for very busy markets like conventions. You don't need this if you're doing small monthly markets where you are checking out 20 customers, but when you are checking 200 customers per day, this is a lifesaver. So yeah, that's it. Next week we will be tagging all the plushies, and I'll see you then. Welcome back, guys. It is Monday today for me. You are gonna watch this probably in 10 days. By the time you're watching this, actually my market will be already done, but I'm still market prepping. I'm about to put everything that I crochet this weekend into Shopify, just so I can print the labels, because today I'm printing all the labels. I showed you on Friday example how I print my labels from Shopify, and today is the day when I need to print all of them and stick them to all of my tags. And then I'm not sure if I will be able to tag everything today, or I will at least start, but I have a week of prepping, so I need to tag everything. I need to do mock setup. I don't think I will crochet a lot. If I will, I'll probably just do some of these smaller makes. I do have a toothless on my hook, and that will be done prior to market, because I'm no longer doing markets without toothless, because even if it doesn't sell, I have to have it. So this is a new pattern from Crochet Carpenter. I'm pronouncing that so weird. Carpenter. Is it okay? I assume it is. So as you know, I love Drift. Drift is my mindless crochet project, and I just love making it. And when he released the baby version of the Drift, it's called Rift, I knew I had to have it. It is the same exact thing, just a smaller one. And it is so easy, so mindless, such a quick make. It takes me around 20 minutes to make this, and I'm gonna price them $18. All of my mini makes are gonna be around $18, so Rifts are gonna be in the same category. I made 4 of them. This one is in Alice Velluto. These are mill ends. This is the thin mill end. This is the Bernat blanket mill end, and it is definitely the thickest one, while this is Value Ball Blanky Rainbow yarn, and these two are the thickest. So I did all of these on 6 mil hook just to keep them the same size, even though I did struggle with this compared to this because yarn is so much thicker, but I just pushed through on 6 mil just to have them the same size to keep the price same. So yeah, even Alice Velluto works great compared to Bernat blanket. It is a smidge bigger, but I don't think customer can see that. I can see because it's definitely thicker Bernat blanket, so it's curling more, while Alice Velluto is not curling as much, but size wise they are pretty much the same. I recommend this pattern definitely. If you like Drift, you will like Riff. Quick, easy, I don't know, know, I'm obsessed with making octopi, and they're just a mindless project for me. Lately, I'm not feeling crocheting. I have to admit, if I'm reaching for crochet, I reach for the patterns that are mindless for me because I'm not in a headspace to crochet anything big. I do have Toothless on my hook, and I'm gonna work on him over the next couple of days. It's heavy on my hands, so I like to give myself time when I'm working on projects like that. And today I need to put this in my inventory. I actually need to take photos, I forgot. And then we'll just send everything to Mudbean. I think at the moment, let's see analytics. I have 175 plushes in stock plus these 4 plus Toothless. That's gonna be 180. That is more than enough. I'm not gonna label my snap tabs. I have them here. I did mention that I'm gonna embroider more, but we'll see when will that happen. Here are all my snap tabs. I'm not sure if you can see any. And I still do have these. These are also done in embroidery machine. These are just coin purses. They're made out of the vinyl, so there is no need to line them in. Little girls love them, and I just sell them with keychains just to get rid of them. I have a couple of them, and I do have a couple of lip balm holders leftovers. I'm no longer making these things, especially not lip balm holders, that they're not selling as good. These coin purses do sell good. Little girls love this, but I'm gonna see. For my convention, I'm having some other ideas that I wanna utilize my embroidery machine, because I'm still debating should I bring clothes or not. But that's not what we are going to do today. So now I will first stick everything to the back of my tags, and then I'll start tagging. I'll show you how I tag my plushies. Also, another thing I like to do also is to check if the barcodes are working. So I'm just gonna open my Shopify app. I used to have this on Square also, so don't forget, if you wanna, you can still use this on Square. You just have to use the same barcodes and SKUs for your Square. Essentially what you're doing, you can see in the search bar there is a scanner thingy. You just click on that and it's gonna open a scanner, and you're gonna scan your plushie, chicken and egg, go to cart. I'm not going to cart. I'm just gonna scan each and see if it works. You see, this one is saying barcode not recognized. I'm gonna try again. Recognized. Sometimes it takes time, so yeah, this is just in preparation for some bigger markets, because on bigger markets my husband is with me and it's easier for him. But even for me, I enjoy this part of the work. I like to have everything streamlined and easy and professional. It is just me. I don't know, it might be too much for some of you, because the prep work is a lot. But bear in mind, I'm re-tagging all of my inventory, so this is a lot now, but once it's done, it's done. I'm just have to put in some new makes, and especially if I'm remaking plushies, I don't have to put them in. I'm just printing extra barcodes and tagging new products. There's no putting in products every time. We were in Canberra this weekend. We were at Yarn Festival. It was amazing. It was unfortunately a very yucky, rainy day, but oh well. We did enjoy our time. I bought a lot of yarn. That's gonna be future video on my knit channel. I'm not sure when is that gonna happen, because I really don't have time at the moment to film for my knit channel, even though I have a lot of knits to show. I spent around $500 on hand-dyed yarn, and it's just gonna be in my stash. I have no plans for any of those yarns, but I was really happy to support all the small indie dyers. I met a YouTuber there from knitting community. It was fun. I really enjoyed. This was the first time I was out surrounded by like-minded people, let's just say. I don't think this Yarn Festival is very well known amongst the crochet community, even though Crochet Miss Zeddy or Zeddy Crafts, he was nominated for, I think, New Business. Yeah, I think New Business. But yeah, Zeddy Crafts was also nominated for this Australian yarn show, because even though it is not like hand-dyed yarn and different fiber content, I really appreciate to see the businesses that are selling different types of yarn were also included in this categories. So yeah, it was really nice to see that he was nominated. I also met JMO, I talked to him, and my husband was impressed with him. If you are from knitting community, then you know who JMO is from Skein Machine and his famous shadow shawl. I talked about him about the shadow shawl because I do want to make one myself. I enjoyed being there. I feel like I'm yapping. You're not here for knitting community and Australian yarn show. I'm just gonna continue doing this. Once I'm finished with this part, I'll be back and then I'll show you how I'm gonna tag my products. I have a new system in place and I'll talk about that in a second. This was actually quick. I have them kind of sorted, organized so that it's easier for me to tag them now, because that's the hardest part, searching for labels and tagging them and matching everything. So how I used to tag them, I used to do thin thread and just hook through the plushie, pull it out, put the tag, and then the biggest struggle was to make a knot. I was usually making like the knot that you can easily pull it out, like the shoelace. That was just a struggle. It was so annoying. It was very time consuming. And then I watched Robin from Notting Hill Crochet, and she's using stitch markers, and I'm like, that's actually smart. At first I was thinking, oh, I don't want to add another cost to my tagging products, even though there is not a lot of cost here because I'm printing everything myself, and you saw it costs nothing. The only thing that costs is this sticky barcode sticker, which it's Mambin. It's also very cheap. So essentially this tagging process doesn't cost me a lot. And then I went on AliExpress to check the price for this. There is 500 in this bag and I got 3 bags. So essentially this is costing me 1 cent, Australian cent, which is for you in US even cheaper. There's no unit less than cent, so you know what I mean. It's very cheap. So I was like, that's actually worth. So let's just go with the stitch markers, and I have 1,500. That's gonna last me a couple of years and it should be more than enough. So essentially I'm just gonna put the stitch marker through the stitch, and this is the tag. Let's see how that will work. My tags are a bit bigger, that's the only problem, because I need them bigger for the barcode, but I think it will work. They won't be dangly. My last ones were very dangly. Unfortunately, this is not dangly. I might play around. I mean, there's not a lot I can play around. This is how it will be. So this is technically it, stitch marker and this tag dangling around, and that's it. I mean, it's okay. These are my smaller plushies, so if it's working on a smaller plushie, it's gonna work on bigger ones even better. Yeah, I decided to take the cost. I mean, 1 cent is not a big of a cost. I would rather do this than what I was doing because it was very time consuming, and I'm not gonna take the labels off because my tags are my marketing. So there is a link tree here, and for example, this is my business card, and my business card is just a link tree. My business card is just the QR code that leads to my link tree, and that's it. And the same thing is on my labels. So technically this is marketing for me. People don't have to take this, even though most of the people usually just take this. They scan QR code and they return my business cards to me, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't like busy business cards. I don't like unnecessary information. After COVID, everyone knows how to use QR codes. So this is just simple, clean and nice, and I love it. Essentially, that is it. I'm always placing QR code on the outside. I know this would be a better looking tag, but this is easier for customers. They can just glance over the price, and it's going to be easier for me later to scan the products for the checkout. This is it. Essentially, I need to do this another 140 times and I will be done. And then I should be ready. I'm excited. First market of the year. I'm actually very excited, nervous, a bit nervous, anxious, very excited. I don't know what to expect from this market. It is new market to me. It is new location to the already existing market, so we'll see. I'm gonna continue this on my own just because I feel like this vlog is already gonna be too long, since I still need to do mock setup, and I don't think I will have to show you any other plushie make. If I do, you will see them on Thursday when I'm doing mock setup, because that's gonna be the last day I'm crocheting, if I'm gonna crochet anything. I'm literally not feeling like crocheting anything. I will continue working through at least a bag. I would like to finish a bag today. Then for Wednesday I will have 2 bags and I should be on track with everything. So this is what my keychains look like. They do have this clasp, and this is what I put on a stitch, and then this is what kids can use for the bag. And this is what I do essentially. I just loop through a stitch on top of the plushie, and that's it. And I think, let me close this before I lose all of this. I'm just gonna do it this way because it lays flatter and it's so much better. So yeah, this is what my keychains are gonna look like. Well, I just realized this is the problem with me and the small makes. I really don't have a lot of small makes. So these are the only keychains I have. I have one kitty from Little Crittlings from Poggy's Place. All of these are made in Elise Velluto. I have one chicken. So one kitty and one chicken, and 5 duckies. I can't hold them all. And 5 duckies, and that's all that I have in my keychain section. I do want to grow this keychain section a lot bigger. It's just so time consuming for me making the smaller plushies, but I need to focus on smaller plushies. And when it comes to my like small mini bin plushies, I also don't have a lot. I have like, these are, so the keychains I'm doing Little Crittlings, and the mini plushies I'm doing Critters. I think I'm not confusing those. And I'm making them either in Elise Velluto to get them bigger, or Hobby Toucan. I have one chicken, I have one kitten, 2 Perry the Platypus, I have 1 hippo and 1 elephant. These are all from Poggy's Place. And like I said, this is the chicken and egg that I was making last year. Look how tiny they were in Hobby Toucan yarn, in chenille yarn. So I have lowered the price to only $18 for these, because this is the last one that I'm left with. And I have a couple of these Octo. I have 1 Kirby left. I should make more Kirby's. I have 1 Rainbow Bee, a random one, and I have one of these snakes that I'm gonna put for $15 too. No, 18. These all here in the bag are $18 plushies. So I don't have a lot. It's really not a lot. These are also gonna join the basket, $18 basket. And I have these 2 chicks that I made last week, and I might find some of them, more of them lying around in the bags, because as I'm making them I have different bags. And for example, this whole bag, this is gonna be, I even write this down, this is gonna be my mystery box, because these are the plushies that I no longer want to make or sell. So these are gonna go either in mystery boxes. I don't know how I'm gonna display, like leggy froggies and things like that. I'm yet to decide how I'm gonna display these. Maybe I'll keep them at the back so that I can just put them in a mystery boxes. But there is a lot here. We'll see if I will have more time to make more of the mini plushies. I wanted to make more mini dragons, even though I didn't enjoy making that Dr. Choco. I think that's what you call that mini snuggler dragon. Is it snuggler? You know what I mean. I made it in a huge. I'm gonna show you when I'm tagging it. I have one big that I made I actually crochet an egg for it. I do want to make a couple of those smaller ones so that I can have them in this $18 size, because kids do love mini dragons. But yeah, I need to focus on the smaller makes because this is all I have and it's not enough. Lol. This is that Dr. Choco Crochet hatching dragon that I made a couple of months. I still have it. I made it out of a Modavira blanket yarn and it's huge. I'm never gonna make it out of this yarn ever again. I'm selling this for $50 just because I want to get rid of it. It's huge and I'm actually happy because this one destashed almost a whole Bernat blanket for just the egg. It took I think 200 grams of Bernat blanket. It's a lot of yarn, but I'm happy because I have a lot of this color and I don't use it a lot. So I'm happy to see this one go. And for the future, I think I'm gonna make them out of chenille yarn, so that they will be probably this size, so I can sell them between $18 or $20 like a small dragons, because I need some tiny dragons. I do have my Didi decks, but I do sell them as Andarna and Tarn, so I don't mind pricing them a bit higher. I sell them for $40 just because they are characters, and yeah, I love the way they look. But these ones are more for little humans and they love cute dragons. They don't know what is Adarna or Tarn. So yeah, I'm still pricing. I'm working on my first bag and I hope I'll be able to finish a bag because I have only an hour left till I have to do school run. I didn't expect this, but I managed to go through all of my bags. I actually have 3 full blue IKEA bags and 3 of the smaller bags, which I'll probably put in another bigger bag. But on Thursday I'm gonna go through all of this anyway because I will be doing mock setup. Oh, and that is so annoying because these tags are gonna eventually during time bend and ruined, and I hate that, but there's nothing I can do about it. So the good thing is everything matched except for one tag, and it was actually one product, one of my old love cats that I have put in the system twice under different names and different SKU codes, which is great. I was left with this and I could recognize the problem in the inventory and change that. So I'm happy that there was no other mistakes, everything was fine. So what I'll do on Wednesday, since I have tagged everything, on Wednesday I will go through my beanies and put them in inventory, just the number, and I think I'm gonna embroider some of the snap tabs because I want to have more variations for the small things, and my snap tabs do sell really good for me. I'm thinking down the road, do I want to digitize more or do I want to buy files? I love digitizing on my own because I have full Embrilliance software. I have paid for, in case you don't know, for embroidery, Embrilliance software is one of the softwares that allows you to operate with your files. You can digitize if you buy Stitch Artist. I have all 3 levels of Stitch Artist. I have additional levels of Embrilliance. So I paid a lot for these softwares only not to use them. I used to digitize a lot more before because when I was running my Etsy store, I was doing custom orders for puppies. My daughter actually, because I cannot draw, my daughter will draw a line art of dogs and then I will digitize them and put them on hoodies, t-shirt, bags and things like that. Not just dog, it was pets in general. Let me show you the picture of my dog. This is what I have digitized. This is actually my doggy's face, her name and paw, and this is digitized stitch by stitch. This is just the mug rug. I used to do mug rugs. You can tell I have plenty of them around the house, but they were never selling. These things were selling on t-shirts, but I didn't enjoy the process because My thing is I don't like customer interactions, and when you are doing anything custom order, you need to talk to your customers a lot, and that was taking time out of my creativity because customers are responding to you in the weird time of the day, and with Etsy you just have to be on top of those things. So I no longer do those things just because they don't bring me joy as much as crochet does. So yeah, this is my doggy, and digitizing is actually not hard. You just have to learn the basics and play with it. The more you work with digitizing embroidery files, the easier it gets. I'm self-taught. I don't have experience. I mean, I'm self-taught in everything except for running a business because I actually studied that. I'm actually done with tagging, so this is definitely going to be a long video. I can already tell. I'm yet to do a mock setup, and that's going to be a whole day. And I think my husband's gonna be working from home, so it's gonna be great because I have to do it downstairs in my dining room because there's no space in this room. There's no space in any other place in my house. I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Hello guys. It is Thursday today, and I'm finalizing getting everything ready for the market on Saturday. I've decided that I'm not gonna do embroidery just because I don't have time, because I need to service it, and I do service my machines myself, and I have zero energy or willpower to do so. She needs a good cleaning and oiling, and it's not just the bobbin oiling. I need to oil all the needles and everything because she has not been in use for 6-8 months. I don't even remember. So I'm just gonna leave her for now and do the embroidery maybe next week. We'll see. I need to put my beanies. I have just finished putting my tapestry into my inventory. Not a lot, but still. And I have finished my toothless. I'm no longer doing market without toothless. And at the moment, Spotlight is having Modavira blanket on 50% off, and I need to go through my yarn stash and check the amount of yarns I have and at least order black ones because I always need black ones. All my toothless, not just toothless, all my dragons are usually in black, and I'm gonna need more. So yeah, I just finished one toothless. This is my remake. I already made this one in this size. So this is the Snuggle Beans toothless. It's called Baby Night Fury. It is not the splitting version, but I'm making it as a splitting version. So the pattern I have, I think it's called Baby Night Fury and Light Fury, and it is the sitting version. I used to do them smaller and sitting, but after that she released the splitting version. This is essentially the old version of her pattern, and in this pattern she has a mod for splitting version. So I never bought the new original splitting version because that came after this one, and I wasn't sure, do I need another toothless pattern, because I also have a standing one, and I don't have the playful one, but I do have the original playful dragon with the mod for the toothless. So I'm like, I have too many toothless patterns, I don't need another splitting one. So I cannot tell you the difference between the splitting on her Etsy and the version that I have. Essentially they are all the same. I do mine in Modavira blanket yarn, so it is a lot bigger, and I love this size. I'm selling this size for $120, and last time I had no issues selling this one. If I make it in chenille yarn like Hobby Toucan or Parfait Chunky, I was selling that one for $80, and I sold a couple of them last year. So yeah, another toothless ready for the market. And what I need to do now is actually go through my beanies and decide which beanies are for donations and which beanies are gonna go on my market this year. I am not expecting beanies to sell at all, but I enjoy making them, and since I have them, I'm gonna bring them. And whatever doesn't sell this year during this autumn winter season, I'm just gonna donate them the next year, and I'm completely fine with that. So that's what I'm about to do, go through my beanies and put them in inventory. And today I need to start mock setup, but I'm not sure if I will be able to finish it because I have a doctor's appointment with my son in the afternoon. Nothing major, just a checkup, and that's gonna take some time. So I might just set up the bare bones of my setup today, and then tomorrow morning I'll do the plushies, because tomorrow is Friday and I'm not crocheting anything, I'm not doing anything. I have finished knitting sweater for my husband. Actually it is just the vest. I need blocking, and I've been definitely knitting more than crocheting, but oh well. They have sent us all the information for the market on Saturday, and I'm actually surprised because we are having bigger table than I expected. We are having almost 2-meter table, and I'm not sure if they are providing tablecloths, because my tablecloths are 180. I don't know, I'll have to figure something on the spot with 2 or 3 tablecloths in case they don't provide them, because my tablecloths won't fit the table they are providing. And it's also wider. My table is 75 and their table is 84. It's actually a lot more space than I expected, which I'm not complaining. I just need to figure out the tablecloths for that. I'm just gonna go through the beanies and decide and speed this up for you so you don't have to look at this. Some of these beanies are not for sale, they're just mine because I'm still having them here. Look how beautiful is this. I think this one is Lion Brand Ferris wheel. So nice. Look how nice color it is. These are the newest one. They're definitely gonna go for sale, and these are the smaller ones, old ones, and they are for charity. These are all for charity. I know, I can tell by the colors and sizes. These are all the smaller ones. I'm separating everything for charity because I think in a week, is it next week? We still haven't decided the date. Me and Litsa are meeting, but next week I'm gonna meet Litsa and give this everything to her. You can tell I was crazy last year when I was making all of these beanies. And this is also part of my de-stash. I was going through all my acrylic yarn. I was having fun actually de-stashing. This is definitely charity. This is gonna be for sale, at least for this year. If not, charity for next year. Don't fall on me. And I think all of these are for sale. Actually, I'm gonna go through them and decide. I'm gonna donate this one. This one is like very crazy neon colors. This one I've made out of velvet yarn and I hold it together with acrylic. I'm gonna donate that one. I'm gonna sell this one. This one is one of my favorite. This is 4-season 10-ply held double, and this one is my favorite. It is so beautiful. These are all the large ones, so I'm gonna keep these ones for sale. I'm gonna donate this one and keep all of these. These are all the big ones. I'm gonna keep them, and these are also adult. These are all adult sizes, even though they are crazy fun colors. I'm keeping these. I'm donating these. It's actually a lot more than I thought, so I need to write down the number. So we have 10 that I'm bringing to market, and I'm definitely gonna price them differently. Those 10 are all chunky beanies and they are really quick to make, and this one is also chunky, and that's it. The rest is not chunky. The rest I'm gonna price higher, because chunky takes me around 2.5 to 3 hours to make, while for example this one can take up to 5 or 6 hours. I've never actually measured my time, but I usually do it over a couple of days, so I'm not sure how much exactly do they take me. So I have 16 chunky beanies. Last year I've priced these for $20. I think I'm gonna keep the price at 20 just because I want to get rid of. I'm happy with $20 for destashing my acrylic yarn, so I'm just gonna keep them at 20. And all of these others are very different. This is actually wool, 100% wool with some naps. I think I'm gonna actually price this one the same as the others, even though it is wool. I think I'm gonna price all of these hats, all of these beanies for $40. I know it's double the price and it takes almost double the time, and it's on a very small needle, so I'm just gonna price them 40. If they don't sell, I might lower to 35. We'll see. Oh, I forgot. I have my Totoro beanie. I'm gonna bring that one. Here is my Totoro beanie. This is still done in acrylic, but I think I'm gonna price this for 45. It is a bit of stretch and a loose fit. I mean, I don't mind this fit because I like this type of style of fit and everything, but it's definitely looser because I had to block it for the floats to look nice, you know, knitted knitted color work can look funky if you don't block it, so I had to block it, but I still think it is really cute. It's really nice and soft because I have blocked it. I'm just gonna try and sell it for 45. Should be fun. It's Totoro and people love Totoro, so I actually don't have a Totoro plushie. I haven't made one for a while. I need to put it on my list to make a couple of Totoros, definitely. So Totoro is gonna be 45. I'm just gonna put everything in my notes. I'm gonna do this for 40 with everything else just because I can't be bothered to have more prices, and then we'll price them all at once. It's gonna be 9, so I'm gonna have 9. I'm gonna charge 38 for this. I think that's fair enough. So I will have 9 beanies for $38 and 1 Totoro for 45. This was a fun make, but I'm not sure if I will ever repeat a color work beanie for $45. It's just not worth. I was actually practicing the knit color work because this was my first color work and I wanted a simple project, and it's good. I love it. I'm looking forward to do more color work in knitting. And I also did this one. It's a bit different. You can see it sits differently because this is stockinette while this is ribbing. This is done in helix knitting or helico knitting when you are changing color every round. So this is also a different fit. It's fun. Not too bad. In total I have 26 beanies for sale, and let's see how much I have for charity. 27 for charity. Okay, that's fun. So 26 to sell and 27 for charity. Not too bad. Alright, I need to put that in Shopify, so I'll talk to you probably when I'm doing my mock setup. Hi guys, mock setup is all done and I'm gonna walk you through. First, let me explain why I didn't film this, because my husband is literally here snacking, eating at the moment. Before, he was on a phone calls, one meeting after another meeting, and finally when I thought he's done and now I can film, I get camera ready and everything, and all of a sudden he's talking again. And I was like, what? And I even asked him if I can make coffee and film, and he said, yeah, you're not disturbing me, this is not an important meeting. I'm like, but I need to film. Yeah, that's fine, you're not disturbing me, but mate, hey, you're disturbing me with your talk. And by the way, my dog is here. Yeah. What a wonderful day to film. This is probably Amazon delivery. We'll just have to roll with this. If you hear any other noise, that's my dryer going on, my husband snacking, my dog barking. We just have to deal with this because I have no other time to film this. Yes, Amazon delivery. Oh well. So this was actually not problem to set up because this is actually all I have. The only thing that I couldn't fit are my beanies, and I'm fine with that. We are not in the season of beanies. Australians don't wear beanies. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. It's hot here. Even in winter, it's not a beanie season, but that's fine. We're just gonna skip the beanies. I'll show you. I have a couple of them set up here, and as you can see, this is one table setup because these artisans in the park is gonna be, I think, in a shopping center, if I understood that correctly. We're gonna have one table, but they are actually providing tables, and tables are gonna be a bit bigger than this, which might be a problem because I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit my tablecloths. I don't have my tablecloth now on because they were in the wash. That's gonna be tomorrow's problem. This is essentially what I had at Supernova, except for on the top I had the back row, which at the moment I don't have because I put the side walls for my keychains here and for my lovies. I think I'm gonna need a back side for the Hello Kitty and My Little Ponies because they do tend to fall down. So I'll need to put something at the back to protect them. So I'll probably take some of the ones that I have here in the middle, or even this one at the back. This is where I have my mystery boxes, so I will just remove this one to put up there to protect at least Hello Kitty because she keeps falling back. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna move aside so you can have a look of everything. And my dog, just from the far back, this is what it looks like. These are all my snap tabs. This is one thing that I wish I have more, and I do plan on focusing on snap tabs, definitely. That was my husband. Yeah, he didn't say hi. Snap tabs is something that I definitely want to have more, and keychains. This is embarrassing, the amount of keychains I have, but oh well. And here I'm gonna actually show you close up, so I'm not gonna talk a lot about it from the far away. Let's just take a look. On the top, I always have big plushies and the plushies that I don't want kids touching, because especially these ones here, these are special plushies, they are expensive and I really don't want kids touching them. This is where the mystery boxes go, this is where my swing animals go. I don't have a lot. And tapestry, I just put tapestry here because I really don't have space for it, and a couple of beanies here and another tapestry here. And on this side we have lovies. Now I'm just gonna bring you closer so you can have a look in each cube, and I'll walk you through with my setup and what I think about it and what I need more. I actually do need more smaller things. That's my problem. I have so many of the big ones, and my focus for the Supernova and for the rest of the markets is definitely going to be smaller plushies, because even if I do sell some of these bigs, I would remake, for example, Toothless. Toothless is always going to be remade. I'm going to always have one anchor. I'm not going to remake any of the Hello Kitty dragons and My Little Ponies. When it comes to these plushies, I will remake them because they are really beautiful. Same with splooters. I have Evolution splooters here. I only have 3 splooters there, which I can actually fit 2 more, so I do want to have more splooters, and definitely these things. But I'm gonna bring you closer and I'm gonna talk more in details. So let's just start from top down. This is actually everything I have in stock. All I'm left in my bags are a couple of duplicates of the mini ones, and that's it. So from the top we have Hello Kitty, which I have reduced the price because I really want to get rid of it. We have Toothless, which is Snuggle Beans, Baby Night Fury, and Light Fury pattern. And then we have also, this is Snuggle Beans. I forgot what's the name of the dragon pattern, but this one is the one that I made in Bernat blanket and with Marvel 8-ply yarn that I hold together. And then I have my Little Ponies, and in the end, anchor. This is the only Demogorgon I have. I might make more for the Supernova, but I'm gonna make the smaller version. This is the Crochet by Jenna Dragon. This is very old kitty and I'm having hard time to sell it. I also had Bunny. I forgot the pattern. I'm gonna try and list as many of these patterns in my description below, just so you can have a look, but I can't remember on top of my head who is the designer of this cat. I also have Bunny and Puppies. I have never made those because they are actually really big. This is my Highland cow that I'm also having hard time selling. And then we have Hagurumi plushies. They're all the ones that are dressed up and they are so cute. I love them a lot and I would definitely remake them when they sell. And I have Didi the Dags that I'm making inspired by Tern and Andarna. Next we have all the Evolution splooters, and here are some of my plushies that I'm having hard time selling. This bunny has been with me since last Easter. Nibbles, Cookie the Mouse, something like that, from Notting Hill Crochet. I had a smaller version in Hobby Toucan and that one sold, but this one is in Modavira blanket yarn. He is big and I'm having hard time selling him, but I did lower the price. I don't know, people are not even reaching for this style of plushies. And we have Bluey. Surprisingly, I'm having hard time selling Bluey. Last year Bluey was selling really good, but this year not. I mean, this year, what the heck? This is my first market. How can I even say that nothing is selling this year and this is my first market? So after that we have all the hoodie bears and cows in one cube. This is a mess. I couldn't fit them nicely, so it is what it is. I try to put the nicer ones in the front. The ones that I am calling not nice are at the back, so I know it's hard to sell them. Below that there is a whole cube of Loaf Cats and Flamingo, and I have just realized that all my Loaf Cats are in girls' colors, which that's fine because most of the time girls are the ones buying Loaf Cats, but I need some realistic Loaf Cats. I need black. I had a couple of brown ones, the calico, and the ones with the spots are always selling good, but I don't make them because this is mindless for me. Any color change is no longer mindless. So this cube is for swing animals and this cube is for mystery boxes. And here on the side I have just put snake. I have my lip balm holders and coin purses. These are all done in embroidery machine. Then I have a little collection of crochet keychains. I definitely need more of these, and in the end snap tabs, and I also definitely need more of those. So on the table, this is essentially my mini plushies. These are all around $18. Here is the chicken and egg that I was making last year, and I was selling these for $25. I have reduced the price to $18 because at the moment I'm selling big ones for $25. You can see the difference here. The only issue I have with these big tags, they're gonna be a wrinkle mess over the time, because in the bags and with kids touching plushies, these tags are gonna get destroyed, but there's nothing I can do about them. I just have to live with the fact that nothing is ever gonna be perfect and looking nice. So here are the rifts that I have made this week, and we have one leftover of all from Jade. These are all done in Bernat blanket or Modavira or Milans or something like that. And technically this is my checkout area. This is the window where I am always standing, and in front of this I always have this ladder, whatever you call that, with some one-offs, or for example my capybaras, I didn't put all of them out because I didn't have space, so I have one small and one big. And some of my repeats, for example white chickens, I do have more of them, but I didn't have space to put them out, and that's fine. In this basket I have all the swirly snakes, which I should have more because I can definitely fit more. And when it comes to my checkout area, I put some flowers here, one tapestry, and then a couple of beanies. I really couldn't fit a lot of beanies, and since we are not in season, I just couldn't care. I have another Totoro beanie here. I thought that would be fun for people to see because a lot of people actually love Totoro. And then we have goose tapestry, and that's it when it comes to my checkout. And on this side I have put all my lovies hanging here. We have chicks in eggs, and we have all the Chonkimons. They are actually not Chonkimons, they are by Baxmate Studio. Those are the plushies that I was making during my Vlogmas. Each day I was making one, and I'm happy with the selection I have. I definitely need multiples of each of those. I actually need to go through a couple of markets to see which ones are more popular. I can assume a couple of them because I used to have them, but some of the other ones I'm not sure how they're gonna sell, so I'm really scared to make multiples of the ones that might not sell. The bottom cube is drifts. I have not put all the drifts because I have a lot of them. And these are all my splootters, and I have a lot of space. I can actually fit 2 more splootters here. I would like to have pig because I have pattern and I'm yet to make one, and maybe Dory the deer. I'm not sure if I actually have all the splooters, not all the splooters, but most of them. I haven't made all of them, so yeah, with time I will be making more splooters. The puppy one was the pattern test, and the zebra was also the pattern test, and this is Keroppi, but no one can actually see the colors that it is Keroppi, but oh well. Splooters are really a comfort make for me. They're such a quick pattern. And then on the table I have a couple of plushies that are not selling. For example, this is that Dr. Choco dragon that I made a month ago, and I actually made the whole egg. I'm only selling this for $50 because I want it gone. It is huge, it is massive. I never want to repeat this in Modavira blanket yarn. Also, I apologize, it is very dark here. There is no sun anymore, so there's nothing I can do, and I can see the shadows now. So I apologize for the light. There's nothing I can really do about this. And then we have this Bronto. I think that is from Crochet Grow. Yeah, having hard time selling that guy. And these turtles, I'm really having hard time selling these turtles. It's what I was telling you guys. I think it is actually the size. When it comes to tofu turtle, look how small these are. I'm selling these for at the moment $25. Yes, I was selling them even last year. I was selling these guys for $25, no problem. These ones, I have 28 on them at the moment. I used to have 35 and no one would buy. I mean, look at the size difference, 25 and 35. No one is willing to pay 35 for this, but they are willing to pay 25 for this. So it's a bit confusing because the size difference is huge. So I have reduced these to 28 just to get rid of them because I have 4 of them and they are really not selling, which is so annoying. But I actually don't mind that these are selling because these are so tiny and quick to make compared to these. But we'll see how will people react now that the prices are lower. I also have this one, which is an old make. I have lowered the price to 40. This is Crochet by Jenna. I used to have strawberry turtle. Strawberry turtle sold immediately and I'm having a hard time selling this one. I assume it is the eyes because that was like a year or 2 ago when I was making plushies and I only had the small eyes. And when it comes to my lovis, I have only 3 at the moment and I'm not gonna make any more because they are not my priority for Supernova. I'm just having them like that. And that is actually it. That is all my table set up. Now I need to pack everything down. I have 4 bags. Excuse my neighbors. I have 4 bags and we are technically traveling with only 4 bags of plushies, 1 bag with grids and a couple of these baskets from the table. It's actually not a lot. It's very easy because we don't have to have tent, weights, not even tables. I'm not sure about the chairs. I'm gonna bring my chairs just in case. That's it. Market is tomorrow from 10 to 3. We are allowed to arrive after 7. We'll see. I think they said we need to be done by 9:30. I think 7:30 will be fine because it's 2 of us and we don't have a lot. I have pictures, I have everything done and set up, so I don't need to think a lot when it comes to the setup. I can easily put this up in an hour. I'm just giving myself an hour to find the parking, to find the spot and everything. So yeah, that's actually it. I need to close down this vlog because kids are outside not in my backyard. My neighbors are outside and playing and they're very loud and I have everything open because it's a beautiful day and we don't need aircon. Oh my god, finally the temperatures are below 25. And that's it. Next video is gonna be market vlog. I will be filming. We'll see how I will go with the customer interactions and things like that. I don't like filming people and I'm very shy, so we'll see how that will go. I don't expect it to be busy, or I don't expect a lot from this market. So I'm excited. It's the first market of the year, finally back to the markets. It is exciting that season of markets is starting, but it's not exciting is that autumn is here and the rain is here. And next market is going to be my uni market, which is my outdoor market, and they're predicting rain. And I'm still not sure. Should I go or should I not? I haven't confirmed anything. The guy came back to me and I got my spot. I got the last spot, which I'm not complaining because I like to be last, because if it's boring and dead, I can easily pack down and leave early without bringing my car in. But we'll see if I will even go, because the rain is predicted and I don't like working in rain if I don't have to, and I'm lucky that I don't have to. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting.